Hey everyone, Ash here. Just a heads up, this video will contain spoilers for Power Ranger Beast Morphers Season 2, so if you don't want to be spoiled, click away right now because these episodes, as of recording this video, have yet to air in the US. So if you don't want to be spoiled, click away right now because things are gonna get big. Anyway guys, with that said, enjoy the review and I hope you guys stick around for the video. So this episode of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, oh boy was this a big episode. I mean, holy shit did a lot happen in this episode. Like, I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to start talking about this episode, because a lot happened, and I wasn't expecting this much to happen, but as soon as Keeper shows up, you're like, how much are they going to do in this episode? And then it just snowballs into one big thing after one big thing after another. It just gets crazier and crazier this episode. Holy crap, what else can I say? I mean, this is definitely leading up for the Dino Team Up, that's for sure, because oh boy indeed. Like, I don't know what to say. I mean, I think that's the review. Me being in shock with how fucking awesome this episode was. That's the review, everyone. Like, comment, subscribe. Stick around for more content. Alright, serious talk. Let's talk about Power Rangers Beast Morphers episode 12/episode 13 or episode 13/episode 12 because, like I said, a lot happens in this episode and it's a lot to take in, it's a lot to break down and go over everything that happens in this episode because it is a lot. It is a lot that happens in this episode. So strap yourself in. We're gonna talk about what happens in this episode. My voice is already starting to die out because of the volume I'm talking in. So let's talk about Power Ranger Beast Morphers episode 12/episode 13. Finders Keepers. So the episode begins with the Rangers trying to find Ryjack's ship, which is really weird because they kind of know that he's got a ship on Earth and they're trying to find it. So I get the feeling, because a lot of these episodes, like last week's and this week's, it begins with something already happening and the Rangers are arriving on the scene and stuff like that. So I wonder if these episodes, like from Intruder Alert all the way to the Grid Connection, are they like shot in the length of a movie? Like, are these like cut down for TV and stuff like that? Because they jump right into the action when this episode begins, like they're already trying to find Ryjack's ship. So the Rangers are trying to find Ryjack's ship and Zoe finds it and she's like, hey, we're picking up a scanner that someone's on this ship, what's on it? And they're like, Zoe, you wait there because you never know who's going to be on that ship, don't go on there alone. So she's like, someone's on there and I gotta find out what's on that ship because they could steal the stuff we're looking for. So she jumps on the ship, it blows up because of Ryjack's security system. He's got a really good security system. You guys should invest in it as well. Exploding ships that protect you. That's what you guys should invest in. So Ryjack's ship explodes, and then after the whole explosion happens, you see Keeper. Keeper was on the ship the whole time. How did he get on the ship? It's sort of explained. He was tracking Ryjack and then he wound up... No, it is explained in the episode. I think he arrived on the ship. He was trying to check out what Ryjack was doing after he landed in this dimension. I think that's what they say. I think that's what they explain. I could be wrong. Someone's probably going to correct me in the comment section. So, because Zoe doesn't know what Little Keeper is, I wouldn't know what he was too. If I saw some weird ET looking thing waddling around, I'd be confused and probably scared as well. So she puts a compliance collar on and is like, hey you, stop, and he stops, and then they find out that it's Keeper because they say, hey, that's Keeper, we learnt about him in Power Rangers history class. So this is where the continuity gets a bit weird with that line, because a couple of episodes they didn't know what putties and Vivics were. They don't know what Keeper is, so what do they teach? They not say, hey, these are putties, hey, these are Vivics. Like, even Matt Daniels knew who Sledge and Rita Repulsor and Galvanex is, so what are they teaching at that school? Or what are they teaching in Ranger History 101? Who knows? I don't know. So they find Keeper and they're like, let's take him back to base. We'll get the collar off him. They put him in a van. And then the van is stolen by a Vivix, and then we cut to the opening, and then we open with the episode with them chasing down Vivix. Now, this footage where they're chasing down the Vivix in the van, this is directly from the Sentai movie, because at the start of the Sentai movie, it opens with the Go Busters chasing this exact van from the footage, so props to them for getting something looking very, very similar to what they're using the footage from. So props to them. So you're probably wondering, Ash, what are they chasing in the Sentai footage? Well, in the Sentai footage, they're chasing down the Red Dino Thunder Ranger who was captured, so yeah, stuff happens. Also, I need to bring up that frickin' before the whole they put Keeper in the van and stuff like that happens, Snide's back. Fucking Snide is back, which is really frickin' awesome. He's back. I should have brought that up earlier, but Snide is back, and oh boy, that's really crazy. Because of Ryjack's ships blowing up, there's a bunch of weapons lying around. One of them being frickin' Lord Zed's staff, a bunch of other weapons. Snide's sword is one of them, which I don't know how they got, because it came from another frickin' dimension. How did they get that? I don't know, don't explain. Just tell me that you've got Snide's sword and you're bringing them back, which is what they do. And I'm surprised how fast Snide warms up to, like, not Zoe, Blaze and Roxy. They're like, we're your new best friends, and Snide's like, fucking okay, I'm hanging out with you guys now, you guys seem cool. So, Snide's joining Evox's side, which is really cool because you do get a brief scene of Scrozzle and Snide in the same room. They don't have a conversation back and forth, which is kind of disappointing because they're both voiced by Campbell Cooley, so I was really hoping they would just, like, talk back and forth for, like, a couple of seconds, but they don't really do that. They kind of, they look at each other, like Scrozzle looks at Snide with his weird eyes in the outfit, so I don't know, make it that as you want. So things get crazy. So the bad guys have Keeper, they get away with him, and the Dino Charge Rangers show up. So yeah, I don't know where they're talking about with this episode. So you're probably 6 minutes in, and you're like, Ash, you're all over the place with this episode. And I'm like, yeah, because a lot happens. The Dino Charge Rangers show up, and when I mean Dino Charge Rangers, I mean everyone but Shelby and Riley show up. So yeah, pretty much. So the the Dino Charge boys show up, and they fight, they befriend, the Beast Morphers, so go back to Grid Battle Force. Now, this feels like a very, I don't want to be rude. I'm very grateful that they could get the Dino Charge boys in this. They could get Coda, they could get Tyler, Sir Ivan, Chase. I'm really grateful they got these actors back for this special, but they don't do much interacting with the cast. I mean, they come back to Grid Battle Force and they just give them the 101 with everything going on, and I'm fine with that. Like, you don't get everyone hanging out, because it is a 30 minutes episode. I mean, they don't go out for burgers, they don't go out to the arcades, they just get straight to the business saying, hey, we're the Dino Charge Rangers, why would you put a compliance keeper on, why would you put a compliance collar on Keeper? The bad guys have Keeper, we've got to get Keeper back. So they're very straight to the business. Like, I kind of wish we got to see the other Dino Charge Rangers interacting with the Beast Morphers Rangers, aside from a morphed fight here and there, but it is what it is. I like seeing them, I like seeing Coda, I like seeing Chase, I like seeing everyone in this special. I mean, it's freaking crazy. So the bad guys decide to strike a deal with the Rangers, saying, hey, you give us Ryjack's collections of weapons and we'll give you Keeper. And they're like, well, it could be a trap, but there's more of us than them. So the Dino Charge Rangers and the Beast Morphers Rangers show up to the warehouse. They hand over the weapons and they hand over Keeper, but Keeper is like still got the compliance collar, so he just sits in the corner for like most of this fight. So this is kind of disappointing what happens next. You don't get the Beast Morphers Rangers having a fight with Snide. They don't team up to fight Snide. What happens instead is, Rangers, there's a Giga Drone attacking. Okay, the Beast Morphers Rangers leave the scene, so you get a really, I like this scene coming up, but it's not how I thought it would happen. So what you get is the Dino Charge Rangers, because after the Beast Morphers Rangers leave, a portal opens up, and it's Shelby and Riley who come from the portal, and I don't know who voices Shelby Shelby and Riley. I guess we'll find out eventually once we get the credits, because Pop TV, they zoom the credits out as soon as the episode ends. They do that thing where they minimize it and put it in a little box so you can't see who works on the show, which is really annoying and really disappointing that you can't see who voiced who in this episode, just in case they got back someone different. So that sucks. You can't find out if it was them. The running joke in the Ranger community that it's the guy who plays Trent, Jeffrey, I can't pronounce his last name, but everyone just jokes it's the guy who plays Trent, who voices, these two characters, because he voiced JDF in SPD as a stand-in, so that's the running joke. But if we find out who voices them, I guess we'll find out, especially next week's episode when we see the Mighty Morphin team showing up, hopefully. So I guess we'll find out who voices who. Snide gets his ass kicked by the Dino Charge Rangers, and Evox is watching it, and he's like, wow, this Snide guy kinda sucks, he's not all cracked up to be. And Scruzzles is like, you're right about that, let's send backup. So Scruzzle brings back Sledge and Sledge's crew. Yeah, that's what I mean, how crazy this episode comes back, because it's like, how can this episode get even more crazy? I mean, we've got Snide, we've got Keeper, we've got the Dino Charge Rangers. Oh, let's bring back Sledge and all of Sledge's friends, like Poisandra, Fury, Wrench, Kirio. All of them are back in this one episode. It's crazy, but my favorite moment is when Scruzzle brings back Sledge. He just brings him back, and Sledge is just sitting on the table, and his first words are, "It's a bomb." Like, I'm not gonna scream it in like my Sledge impression, because I'll probably kill my voice, but oh god, that got a laugh out of me. Like, that's his first words when he comes back. So Sledge is back. Things are pretty evenly matched now that it's 6 versus 6 or whatever, how many Sledges got on his team. But things get like crazier and crazier. So after the whole Megazord battle, the Beast Morphers Rangers show up and they basically blast them away, and the day is saved and the bad guys get away, and all is well at the end, except for the bad guys getting away, because they get Keeper back and all is good. So after that, we then cut back to Grid Battle Force, where they take off the compliance collar from Keeper, and the Dino Charge Rangers are like, hey, it's been fun, but we gotta bounce. Coda's like, I got a mammoth hunt to do, so I'm out of here. So yeah, that happens. It is what it is. Like I said, I kind of wish we got more talking between them, but this is good enough. I mean, you can only fit so much into this 22-minute episode, and I think they handled it really well with how fan servicey they get it. I mean, it does go a little bit over the top, but it's over the top in the way that I love it. So, the Dino Charge Rangers head back to their dimensions, and Keeper's like, I guess I'll stick around and find out what's going on, because they know too much. Because I should point out that because Keeper was captured by the bad guys and he had the compliance collar, Evox is like, what can you tell me about your Dino Rangers or your universe? So Keeper just recaps the entire season of Dino Charge and Dino Charge and Dino Supercharge, because he basically explains the entire thing, saying, and then the Rangers did this, and then that happened. So that happens. Also, they've got Keeper's little staff, which we don't know what they're going to do with. Who knows, guess we'll find out next episode. But yeah, things are looking really, really good, because that's where the episode ends. That's where the episode ends, and I'm really excited to see what happens next, because yeah, we're definitely leading up for that Dino Team Up. And that's pretty much my review of the episode. Overall, it's a fantastic fucking episode. I loved it from start to finish. I can't wait to see where we go next with the next episode, because it's the Grid Connection, where it's going to have Dino Thunder, Dino Charge, and Mighty Morphin teaming up with the Beast Morphers Rangers. Stuff that's been hyped up for over a year, and we're finally seeing it. I know it's due to international spoilers, but at least we're finally seeing what it's going to be like, so hopefully it does not disappoint. I don't think it's going to disappoint if this episode I watched today was so good, so I'm excited to see where it goes. Like, overall, I had a lot of fun with this episode. It was over-the-top fan servicing. I fucking loved it. I had my problems with it, like I said. I kind of wish there was more character interactions between the Rangers, but what are you going to do about it? It is what it is. But overall, really great episode. I loved it. I can't wait to see where we go next with Power Ranger Beast Morphers and all that good stuff. So anyway, guys, tell me what you guys thought of the episode in the comments section down below. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you should hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a beat. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Peace out and all that good stuff. Bye.